And we all know how important a solid foundation is when you're building anything.
Yeah, that's true of multi-story skyscrapers, and it's true for you too.
We spoke to an image architect and former civil engineer for tips on how to build a better life from the foundation up. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
People are a lot like buildings. They need a purpose, strong foundation, and maintenance to stand the test of time. And if they don't have those,
you literally can't live there because it's not structurally sound enough.
Bowie Madu uses his background as a civil engineer to illustrate how it relates to everyone. He calls himself the image architect and focuses on 5 categories to better your life.
Your spiritual life, your social life, your money life, your feelings, which is all things related to your emotional experience, and then your fitness.
Now he says use those categories to get a sense of who you really are, your strengths and weaknesses, so you can design a better you.
There was a time in a lot of major cities, there were old structures, old buildings that were just sitting empty. The bones were great. And so what ended up happening was that developers came in and they bought up those properties because they were low cost.
They retrofitted these buildings to serve new purposes. To design a better you first decide what the purpose of your redesign is by using the 5 categories.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, we rate ourselves.
If anything is less than 5, ask yourself why and what you can do to move it up.
Then start to identify what it is that lights you up, right? That's the stuff that your redesign is made of.
Next, build a better you.
Buildings without a solid foundation, they start to crumble, they start to be unstable.
And if you're going through a rough patch, this may shake your stability.
And in the end, just find out, have a reflection of what we could have been versus who we really are supposed to be.
Like a building, people need core foundations, who you are and what you want to become.
There's a document that I use that is literally referred to as the 24-hour blueprint.
The blueprint covers an entire week, 24/7, where every hour you write down the things you're doing.
And as you're watching the hours count down, you're now realizing how much of your time is dedicated to doing the things that reflect your purpose, and how much of it is not.
This is the blueprint of the actions you need to take to rebuild your core foundation.
You say, okay, I can continue to do this, which doesn't reflect who I'm seeing myself to be. I can step to the next level into my redesign and start living from there.
Finally, live a better you.
Living a better you part actually has to do with living and using blueprints, which I really see as training wheels for the life you want to live.
To try and improve on different areas of your life, rate how you feel at the end of each week and give yourself a score of 1 to 5.
Well, week 1, my score was a 3. Now I'm into week 2. What's my score this week?
Say your score goes from a 3 to a 3.5. Ask yourself what could be the reasons for that score.
I ran more, I prepared meals at home, or whatever that task was that you did to raise your score. You now say, okay, well, going into next week, what do I need to do different? And that process starts to train you to live a better you.
Laying the foundation to renovate your life is at the top of the list.